Hey, shawty, she gon' fall in love. She said she like the way I dance, she gon' fall in love. Hey, shawty, she gon' fall in love.
Hey, so what up guys, we're back with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about NBA 2K18 Mypark. There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation going around. A lot of it's probably not real, a lot of it's fake. And there's also been some things from 2K themselves, from Ld2K, from Ronnie2K, that you guys probably don't know about, and it's gonna really change how you guys think of NBA 2K18. And I'm also going to give kind of my thoughts on how I think it's going to turn out based on what we know so far. So before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a like. Let's see if we can hit 200 likes in the first hour. Hopefully YouTube's working. It really hasn't been working the past week. And we're also going to switch it up a little bit. So comment something that you liked about 2K17 that you want to see on 2K18. I know we always talk about like, oh, stuff we didn't like that has to be changed, but comment something you did like about 2K17 that you want to see next year. So you guys know how 2K kind of does those live streams on Twitch where they just talk about their game for like an hour or so, and usually there's like nothing in them. There's really no reason to watch them. I stopped watching them, and they usually don't even read the chat at all, so like they never really interact with the fans. But they actually did a stream where they were like answering questions about like mainly 2K18, some were still about 2K17, and they actually confirmed that we'll be getting new parks next year. Obviously, like the way they talk about stuff like that, they always try to like hint it and like not, you know what I mean? Like they don't try to make it super obvious. They're not straightforward with things. But yeah, they did confirm that we're gonna be getting new parks, which is kind of a surprise, even though it should kind of be like expected because they know what the fans want. And it's weird because we've got so many rumors that like, oh, they weren't even gonna put park in next year's game. I guess I can be the one to blame for that, because you guys have probably seen the screenshot. I put it on Twitter one day. I was just trolling. Like I made myself sound like Ronnie2K. Like that sounded realistic. And then like Davis tweeted it. Like Troy Dan tweeted it. Like it was insane. Like people actually thought that they weren't putting Mypark into next year's game. I was getting like a bunch of comments, a bunch of tweets saying, oh, it doesn't even matter, they're not putting Mypark in next year's game, when in reality they are putting it in 2K18. Like it is their most played game mode. But the thing they're not putting in is the rec center. So there's a bunch of clips from that Twitch stream that I could show you, but there's two. I'm gonna show you guys the one about the new parks, but the one about the rec center, I'm just gonna sum it up for you guys. Basically, the reason why they didn't want to put it into the game is because they said like people weren't getting games. So first of all, I think they should put the rec center and pro-am, or more specifically pro-am walk-on, into the game. And I know a lot of people agree, so type 1 if you agree. Like type 1 if you think that they should definitely add the rec center and walk-on pro-am to the game, because I know a lot of people are like that. In case you guys don't know what the rec center is, I know some people didn't play 2K15. It's basically like walk-on pro-am. It's 5-on-5, but it's a park, or it's indoors, so like it's a park environment. You can walk around, you hop on spots, you wait for games. There was 4 courts. And yeah, basically that's what the rec center was. A lot of people liked it, but I know a lot of people that would actually rather play the rec center and wait that time to play a game than play walk-on pro-am. Like they're always saying, oh, I missed the rec center, stuff like that. And like, so I think they could really add both. It's probably not the number, like it's not the top of their priorities, but they could add both. Unfortunately, they're not going to. I'm not gonna even have my hopes up for 2K19. I mean, we're still on 2K17 right now. But yeah, that's the reason why they didn't want to add the rec center back into the game. Now, back to the new parks. I'm gonna play the clip of what they said exactly in their stream, and then I'm gonna talk about it and tell you guys what they really meant, because they weren't being like extremely straightforward in that clip.
Somebody's asking about more parks for next year and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm sure we'll, blah, blah, blah.
So like I said, guys, they always try to like not be straightforward. They're like, blah, 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 blah. Like they're not trying to say anything. But listen to what LD says here.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm not gonna fall asleep.
Can I just throw something out there? I'm just gonna throw something out there about
He's
parks.
gonna bash the worst.
No, about parks.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, I think, obviously, we heard your feedback loud and clear about parks having a different visual setting this year, right? But I just want to throw this out there. There's a reason for that, right? I sound like you a couple years ago. There's a reason for that. And I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Like, there's a reason, there's a vision, there's things coming that are going to be really great for NBA 2K18. Our producers are listening. A lot of exciting news to come about the game. And as always, you know, we're going to set out to make the best basketball game that we can make. We can learn from everything you guys are criticizing or providing feedback on. We've gotten all that to the producers. They're listening. They're in streams half the time. I go to some, you know, some of them I go to and they're like, we're got that on the whiteboard back there.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome. You know, everybody cares to make this the best NBA 2K.
So here Ld2K, he's like acknowledging that like we were really not happy with like the same parks this year, and that the producers really took that into consideration. They took everybody's feedback, not just about the new parks, but about everything that we've been complaining about in general, and that they're gonna just put everything they can into 2K18. And that includes new parks, that includes everything. Like they're talking about how they'll go into people's streams and that they'll be like, oh yeah, we need this in 2K18, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's already on our whiteboard, or like we already have that plan. So it sounds like they're putting a lot of effort into 2K18, but I mean, I honestly am not as hyped for 2K18 as I was for 2K17, because they were saying the same thing last year, and we just didn't get anything new this year. Like, for example, not only did Ronnie2K say that they were going to put Yeezys into this year's game on 2K TV last year, but it was actually in the official like game trailer. Like the people that were looking to purchase that game, like maybe somebody told them, like, oh, one of their friends were like, oh, you should get 2K17, and they're like, okay, I'll look at the trailer, and they see Yeezys, and maybe, oh, I really like there's actually people that said they were buying the game because they had Yeezys, and they just never put them to the game. So I mean, I don't even know what 2K's word means anymore. That's really just up to you to decide. But I mean, from what we got here, it sounds like we will be getting new parks next year, and that they've been really listening to the community this year. So like, by the looks of that, this has just been a down year, and that they're just using this year to learn. Hopefully that's definitely the case. Hopefully next year's game is really good, because even though in my opinion I think they definitely could have just put something like new parks into the game, and they definitely should have made the servers better, definitely should have came out with so many patches. It shows that I guess they were willing to take a down year, they were willing to make sacrifices, because like ultimately they literally came out with like 5 patches in 1 week just to test shooting for next year. So if they're willing to make that kind of sacrifice and make the community this mad just to make next year's game better, hopefully that was their whole mindset for this year, because there's only so much 2K can do in a year. You've got games like GTA where it comes out maybe every 5 years or even more than that. GTA 5 came out 2013 on old gen, then they kind of refreshed it, added a bunch of stuff, just made it a better overall game for next gen. And then GTA 6, I don't even know when that's gonna come out, right? But GTA is a great game. It literally costed something like $200 million to make. Like, there's so much detail put into that. Obviously 2K is not gonna do that, and with the way sports games work, like, you kind of have to come out with one every year, because like updating rosters, stuff like that. This doesn't really take away from the fact that I'm not as hyped this year, just because last year I was so hyped. Like, you guys saw me make so many 2K17 videos last year, before it even came out, like, oh yeah, they should have this and this, and like, oh yeah, I'm so hyped for this news. And then it all led up to just not having new parks. Like, we never got park news. So this year, like, I expect less. I have to make the best content I can with the dying game that 2K17 is. But we're also going to get lit with some IRL videos. Like, you guys know Chico, I'm probably going to 1v1 him over the summer. Stuff like that, like reactions. I have a lot of stuff planned over the summer. I know a lot of YouTubers don't really tell people stuff like this, but you guys deserve to know. And like, for example, this time, or not this time, like summer last year, I was posting a bunch of 2K17 videos, like whether it was news. It was mostly news, but like there were days where I'd push out like 2, 3, 4 videos. Just like, I don't know, I'd rather focus a lot more on quality for you guys now, that I have a lot more subs, that I'm gonna have a lot more time in the summer to edit videos, to record videos. If something like this comes up though, where like a lot of YouTubers don't talk about it, and I think it's like really good to talk about, then like I'll make a video once in a while about it. But I just want to focus a lot more quality, make a lot better entertaining videos for you guys, and mixing up the content. As far as streams go, I have been streaming a lot, but like YouTube's been completely broken. Like for example, I'll stream, there'll be like nobody in the stream, I'll have to restart stream, there'll still be nobody. I just keep streaming and seeing how it does. And like, I'll just talk to some of my friends that have notifications on, they'll just be like, oh, I don't have notifications on at all. So if you're a loyal sub, you guys are still watching, first of all, shout out to you, but do this quick so you guys actually get notifications if you think you have them turned on, because there's this new thing on YouTube now. Some of you guys might know about it, but by default, if you turn on notifications, it's gonna say you'll get occasional notifications, so you actually won't get notifications like that, which is really weird. Like, that's how it is by default. So to change it so you actually get notifications, all you have to do is like just press the bell, and you can tell if you've already done it yet because it has lines around it. If it doesn't have lines around the bell, then you haven't done it yet. Just press the bell, it'll be like, okay, you've received occasional notifications. Then press options, and then it'll give you this menu. So there's like occasional, and then there's always. So just click on always, click on okay, and then it'll say you've received all notifications. That's just how YouTube is now. It's been super broken, and the thing is, like, sometimes it'll actually send it out to people that put on occasional, sometimes it won't. And when it doesn't, that's when a bunch of YouTubers are saying, oh yeah, YouTube was broken today. Because like those people that have it on occasional that probably don't even know that they're only getting occasional notifications will just not get a notification. They'll just never know that that person uploaded. So just make sure you guys have notifications on always. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure you guys smash that like button down below and subscribe for more daily content, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.